For today's double review, we have two very different takes on puzzle gameplay. First, the puzzle platformer Elephantasy 1, and then the mist-like Neyyah. In Elephantasy, we play an elephant who finds themselves in a micro-world. In order to escape, we must solve a variety of puzzles and collect an assortment of gems. Our gameplay here is tied to different items. The friendly shopkeeper at the heart of this world is happy to trade different items to you. Each item gives you a specific ability or allows you to access a specific part of the world. So if you have a part that can only be accessible by crossing collapsible bridges, you're going to need the dash boots. If you want to get to a part that requires you to lift or put objects down to make platforms, you'll need the kind of like grab power, strength ring. And as you explore each area, you'll soon discover that there will be puzzles or areas that can only be accessible using a combination of items, such as setting up objects for you to create platforms you can then dash across, or swimming and be able to move something along those lines. Your goal is to collect the gems. At different thresholds of gems, the shopkeeper will be more willing to lend you more of their items. So this in turn will allow you to then combine items to then go back into areas to go further, find more gems, and I think you're getting the idea. All the puzzles in Elephantasy 1 are built within the environment themselves, and the world will become more and more open as you get access to more of the items, as well as unlocking shortcuts and other means of getting around. It's a very compact and very challenging take on kind of a puzzle platformer. There are, of course, more areas to uncover, and if you want to see everything, you'll have to solve even more challenging puzzles and really start figuring out how you combine the different items in order to do more here. With that said, this is definitely on the, I would say, challenging side. It's not going to be as kind of mind-breaking as our next game. But there are going to be sections that require you to learn a clue or understand a specific part about how your items work that may come later in. And the backtracking can be a little bit annoying. Again, when you're starting out, you're not going to be able to just immediately use items. You'll have to return to the hub, switch an item, go back to an area. If you want to go somewhere else, go back to the hub, and rinse and repeat. And when I got to kind of like the final set of puzzles, it did prove to be a little bit challenging. There's a lot of point of no returns on these maps, so that if you miss a section or you accidentally go someplace you weren't supposed to, you're going to have to go the long way around to get back to it. Still, this is a very charming game, and if you're in the mood for some challenging platformer to go with kind of like a very cozy environment, I would give this one a try. Now, there is a sequel that switches the 2D side-scrolling for more of an isometric, almost like a Qbert style of puzzle platforming, which I haven't had a chance to delve too much into that one yet. So I would definitely give this one a try if you're looking for a very more like square down or streamlined take on a puzzle platformer. And now we go to the game for the, I guess, puzzle advance fans with Neyyah. You have been brought to the world of Neyyah that seems to have dimensional travels, portals, and advanced technology. Something has gone wrong, and the world is at stake. In order for you to save the day, you're going to have to solve a whole lot of puzzles, one static screen at a time. As I said in the stinger, this is an indie take on the mist-like formula, right down to the FMV cutscenes, where actors will be trying to get you motivated to solve even more puzzles. As with the mist-like formula, or mist-like design, our structure here is that you'll be exploring a variety of environments, going to different areas, trying to find the items, clues, and of course the puzzles that you need to advance. As I said a minute ago, this is not going to be for the novice adventure game fan. You're going to be left to your own devices in order to figure out just what it is you're supposed to be doing and where you're supposed to be going. Now, even though this game is meant to mirror that of the Myst progression and difficulty, the developers have made some modern affordances to help you out. There's 3, I guess, quote-unquote difficulty settings in the game, and the difficulty basically determines the level of hints that you'll get access to. On the, I guess, easiest setting, the game will give you like quest markers and a very updated quest log that will allow you clues as to what you should be doing. On the highest setting, the game just basically leaves you alone and it's up to you to figure things out. I do really appreciate the quest log that the game has. Each area will have different kinds of points of interest in your journals. You can use these to determine what kind of clues you're supposed to get, and if you click on the clue, it will even bring up a screenshot of the area just in case you forgot where that thing is. And while it's not going to solve these puzzles automatically for you, it is a great quality of life feature, especially for those of you who didn't grow up with all the Myst likes back in the day. Now with that said, this is still going to be on the harder side, and I completely got lost in this one. This is definitely above my pay grade in terms of figuring out puzzle solutions. If you're someone who has only played kind of like modern adventure game style titles, so again, the stuff like from Wadget Eye and that particular point of design, Neyyah may be a bit too advanced for you. It is certainly easier to learn and play compared to going back to the original Myst. If you are a fan, again, of highly advanced puzzles and you miss, definitely give this one a play, and you're going to spend lots of hours enjoying wandering around and scratching your head, I'm sure. So with that, Elephantasy 1 was played with a retail key, and Neyyah was played with a press key. Let me tickle your game for a future review. Does not involve elephants, fantasy, or lots and lots of puzzles. Please get in touch. If you did play these ones, I'm curious what you thought of them, especially Neyyah. If you were a fan of Myst or you never heard of Myst before, and what did you think of it? So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone for some more, hopefully less puzzling reviews in the future. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff. Be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.